Hi guys, how you doing? Apologies, I'm just getting over a bit of COVID at the moment. But I have lots of games to look at, lots of games to review, and this is one of them. This is the tutorial intro, and let's go. Based in the 80s, this is.
The last thing we need is somebody looking too closely at this thing. All right, I'll see you around. Hi, I'm Frank Wilson, and I want to turn you into a captain of industry. If you're hungry and you're willing to learn, I can teach you how to build a bulletproof investment portfolio, taking in everything from agriculture to aviation. But before I bestow my wealth of industrial experience upon you, I got to be sure that you can handle yourself. So, welcome to Spoolsville. It's a little backwater burg where you can come to grips with the basics of business without causing too much damage to your reputation, or mine. So here's your assignment. I want to see if you can figure out how to build the facilities to create VHS tapes. Nothing too taxing. Once you've figured out the lay of the land, so to speak, we can take off the training wheels and start making some real money. You ready? Good. Then I'll see you on the other side.
Alrighty. Oh, this looks pretty good. This is my headquarters. Quite impressive headquarters. Hello and welcome. It's me, Frankie. The board is very much into my business philosophy as outlined in my Frankie Says business tapes. So they've hired me to help you get started here at Initial Logistics Incorporated. So welcome to the company. I hope you're taking notes. But don't worry if you're not. Like my informational tapes, you can always come back and revisit any part that you missed. There's going to be a whole new series of Frankie Says business info tapes. It's going to be huge. Only one problem, we need tons of cassette tapes to get them out to my adoring public. That's where you can help. To get our goal of making cassettes, we've got to get plastic production running in this region. Oh, we're going to produce the whole damn thing, okay. So I'm going to walk you through the process of going from drilling oil, making plastic to manufacturing cassette tapes. Ready to go? Oh, bananas. First, we need to acquire raw materials for plastic. We could buy those materials from someone else, but lucky for us, there's an ample crude oil deposit on this very island. It'll be cheaper and more profitable if we extract it ourselves, right? Back in the 80s it was, but I'm not so sure these days. Everyone seems to be on the rob. For some orientation, here's our regional headquarters complex. It contains a number of buildings, including a contract delivery depot, which we will be learning about later. If you do well, you can take my corner office once my contract is up. Let's get a bird's eye view. Move the camera by kicking and dragging with your left mouse button. The 𝗏𝗏𝗏 on your keyboard works as well. Take it for a spin. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And that's an impressive headquarters right there. When I get close to the action, use the Z and X keys. Quite a decent bit of zoom as well. That's some people. Need to change the perspective, press down the middle mouse button and rotate the camera. Q and E also works, yep. Great, and by the way, the right mouse button is used to cancel actions and close dialogues. I'll remind you about it later once an opportunity arises to use it. Now let's get to it. Also notice the nearby city of Spoolsville. By now it's a sleepy little town, but it will grow along with us, provide us with our most important asset, human capital. Yeah, it's not so important these days, is it? To begin, we must build a proper facility to extract oil from this deposit. For your convenience, I have enabled the deposit overlay in the overlays bar. I'm trying to see where that... Oh, is it that one? Okay. In the top right of your screen, which shows natural resources in the ground. If you want to do this yourself, it's in the top right button. Yeah. Oil extraction, we need a hydrocarbon extraction complex. By the way, a complex is a connected collection of buildings in a specific industry. You might build a hydrocarbon extraction complex to extract crude oil, for example. Later, we'll be building a media production complex to make those cassettes I was talking about. Okay. Just ignore Alexa. That's what we do. To build a new complex, enter the build menu in the bottom left corner of your screen. Click start a new complex. Start by building a hydrocarbon extraction 𝗬𝗂𝗏. Which is what? Railway conveyors distribution? No. Echoes, headquarters. Original, create a new complex. Okay, hydrocarbon extraction complex. Got it. Right, so that's going to be in that area. Well, must be placed in the located area. You'll first be prompted to select its border, then to place the central office. You'll only be able to place complex buildings within that area of influence. Let's make sure that the area we selected includes crude oil deposits we found earlier. Use R and F to rotate the building before you place it. I think he wants it that way round. For workers to arrive at your new complex, your central office must be connected to the local city via the highway. This is also something you can build directly into the build menu, found under the storage transport section. I don't know what he's talking about now. This is also something you can build directly in the build menu, found under the storage transportation section. It's like a garage for the vehicle. That. Okay. Build roads. I'm not sure if that's done or not. I don't know, looks like maybe it is. The workers who arrive yet. Lucky for us, this region already has some convenient highways we can use without too much trouble. You'll also notice that your HQ complex is also connected to the main highway network. This is connectivity. It's crucial for our operations. We got 2 ticks. Okay, let's do this. Until now, the game has been paused, but in order for your building construction to proceed, we need to let some time pass. Change the speed of the game, press the buttons 1, 2, 3. You can also press spacebar to pause. Let's get maximum speed then. Okay, I like that. That's pretty cool. We'll pause again. It's got VHS sounds when you set the speed. That's quite cool. For someone old like me that remembers that kind of sound. It used to be really quite a nice sound when you put a VHS tape in. It's sort of, what? Just, it was a mechanical loading sound that was nice. Anyway, now that our central office is done, we can work on the buildings that will actually extract, store, and transport the crude oil we want. Complexes are composed of specialized buildings that share access to storage utilities and transportation bays. In this hydrocarbon extraction complex, build an oil well to extract the crude oil that we need. Wants it exactly there. To edit your complex, re-enter the build menu or use Control while clicking on the central office. You will find the oil well with complex facilities in the build menu. Use R and F to rotate the building. In order for a complex's buildings to operate, they must be connected to the central office by access roads. We can't exactly expect our workers to trudge through fields or forests to get to their jobs, can we? Let's build that access road connection now. Highways connect complexes to each other and the rest of the world. Access roads connect buildings within a complex to each other and must be hooked up to the complex's central office for buildings to function. An access road. Okay, so access roads are just... Gosh. So far, so good. Our hydrocarbon extraction complex can't work without access to electricity, so next we'll need to build a power line connector to supply the power we need. Utility connector buildings can be found in the distribution section of the build menu. Distribution section power. Build a power line connector. One of these. This building connects your complexes to the power grid. It needs to connect two power lines to function. It must be built within a complex. Which one it there? Must be placed in exactly the right position. Okay. Now that the connector is placed, we need to attach it to the rest of our complex by access road. Otherwise, none of our workers will be able to get to it in order to start running. Okay. Ah, saw it change angle there. Okay, that's cool. That's that done. Now that the connector is placed, we need to attach it to the rest of the complex by access. Build access road in a specific location in order to connect parallel connectors to the local access road. Finally, let's attach that connector to the local electricity network. Look at your headquarters complex to see how this is set up and connected with power lines. Do the same in your new complex from the distribution section of the build menu. So we need power lines. I'm going to connect them like that, yes. Just tap into it. Nobody will mind. Okay. We'll also need to access to water. So we'll need a water pipe connector connection with water pipes as well. Okay, it's getting a bit advanced, isn't it? Water. Build a water pipe connector. That's this thing. I'm going to have to rotate it. So it's the way round it wants it to be. And then we connect up to the pipe. It stays blue for a little while. Oh, we're not actually running. We're on pause. But none of that's being built. That's why it's still blue. That's fine. That's fine. Build access road in a specific location in order. Okay. All good. With the utilities taken care of, the oil well can finally start drilling. Only one problem. Where to put all of that oil? You can't exactly leave it laying around. If we want to use it or move it, we're also going to need to build a storage tanks to safely put away all that valuable crude oil. Tanks are in the storage and transport section of the build menu. Storage and transport. Tanks. Storage tank. Always the wrong way round, but okay, that's installed. Next. That looks good, but now that I think of it, all this space near the road is going to be prime real estate once we start shipping things out. So maybe we should put the storage somewhere else. Okay. Luckily, since the building is still under construction, we get a full refund when we delete it. That's cool. To delete a building, all you need to do is focus the relevant complex like we have done before, then click the red delete button into delete mode. Let's remove the storage tanks now. Okay. Excellent. Now what we have to do is put them somewhere more appropriate. How about over here near our connectors? We've got plenty of space. There's a lot of thought gone into this, I've got to say. The fact that the storage tanks are going to affect real estate, prime real estate over here. This is good. This is economically viable as far as I can see so far. We'll eventually need to get crude oil out of this complex if we're going to work with it. So we'll have to build a tanker loading facility before going any further. So hang on. We don't want the storage tanks there because that will be detrimental to the sale price of buildings, but we're quite happy to have trucks. Lots of lorries coming in and out and going out from this location. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Right, we need a tanker loading facility. What's this thing? An access road. So the access road is internal. Ooh, that hasn't ticked. We've also got to build highway. Is that highway then? Oh, that's highway. Okay. So that's a tick, but that isn't. What have I done wrong there? Access road. Okay. Obviously didn't go down first time I tried it. Let's wait for everything in the hydrocarbon extraction complex to finish building before we continue. You can right click or hit escape to exit construction mode if you'd like to look around at other things whilst you're waiting. And then we've just got to finish construction. We're getting built. Starting from blueprint to actual build. Groovy! I quite like this. Pretty smart as well. Guys on the road. Giving it a little tap. Tapping it down. I wonder if you can have more people. Like, could we have someone building this road and this road at the same time? I don't know. What's this? There's a little vehicle. Bit of oil spurting out of there. Seems like a waste, but I'm sure they know what they're doing. Hasn't started yet. Right, here we go. Now we're good to go. If you click on the oil well, you now see that it's producing. Hello? Ah, daily production. 5 barrels of crude oil a day. Produces 2 liquid byproducts every 10 days. Employs 9 workers at $27 per day. It's the 80s. By clicking on the storage tanks, you can also see that crude oil is being stored ready to use or sell. My cat's just come down from upstairs, looking half asleep, waiting for his breakfast. I may have to pause the video and go do that. Alright, so we've got 15 barrels in there at the moment. What's the maximum we can store in there? Oh, it's 1% full. Okay, cool. That's pretty awesome. It's working well. I bet you're already raring to go on plastic, aren't you? Well, not so fast. Now that we're paying folks to work, our hydrocarbon extraction complex, we're practically bleeding money. If only there was something lying around that we could sell, hint hint. Of course, all that crude oil will do nicely. Before we start turning any of it into plastic, you can get a jump start on profitability by selling the crude oil. Cool. The main way that we buy and sell things in Rise of Industry 2 is via contracts. These are long-term agreements with other companies to regularly sell or buy materials. Let's get started. I'm trying to start a contract to sell crude oil. To start, let's inspect the contracts UI by clicking on contracts highlighted in the bottom left row of buttons. My cat's gone outside. And my other cat's gone to attack him. You can start a new negotiation by clicking on Negotiate a New Contract button in the lower right corner of that dialogue, and then assign your VP of Sales to open contract negotiations. I didn't hire a VP of Sales. Hopefully we'll be able to do that at some point. If you do not have any active contracts, negotiate. Okay, Theodore Jones. We need to grow the business in a new direction. Let's have Theodore Jones go visit some local businesses. Go. What are we looking to buy or sell today, boss? We are selling crude oil. No? What is that? We want to sell. Negotiating the contract is simple. First, you need to select the resources you're interested in and whether you want to buy or sell it. Then select a company to partner with for this new contract. After that, you should select the exact scale in numbers of the contract. Finally, we choose the delivery point on the drop down and finish it off by confirming the details of our soon-to-be contract. Okay, so them 30 barrels every 7 days. Drop off site headquarters. Sign the contract. You've sent your representative to meet with Warren Mason, CEO of 𝗦𝘂𝗯𝘀𝗰𝗿, to discuss your offer. You expect to hear back on August the 3rd, 1980. Now, your VP of Sales is negotiating. This will take about a day. When your negotiations are complete, you will receive a notification in your notification bar near the clock in the top left. Over here somewhere. Make sure the game is unpaused and it will be ready tomorrow. Okay. Current cash $9.9 million. Oh, hello. Contract update. And Jones has finished the contract. Okay, let's have a look. Incoming message from Warren Mason and 𝗦𝘂𝗯𝘀𝗰𝗿. We have evaluated your proposal for crude oil and are able to offer the following terms. Please let us know if you find them acceptable. We'd love to do business with you. They agreed to your contract offer on the following terms: 30 barrels every 7 days, 1,200 per delivery, base value 1,000, 15% due to prior relationships. Okay. I'm ready to sign. Start the contract immediately. Let me get my ducks in a row. Let's go. Starting the contract. Nice. Excellent. We've got a deal. They'll only pick up crude oil at the contract delivery depot and our headquarters, and all our crude oil is currently marooned in our hydrocarbon extraction complex. We need to get all that crude oil over to headquarters before the first contract pickup date arrives. One of the ways we can do that is via deliveries. Deliveries will move a resource from one complex to another, so as long as there are appropriate loading facilities at both locations. Built a tanker loading facility in our hydrocarbon express earlier. With our loading all set up, you can set up a crude oil delivery from the hydrocarbon extraction complex to your headquarters. You create a new delivery from the deliveries manager, accessible from the highlighted button at the bottom left. For now, let's deliver 5 per day. Add a delivery, crude oil. From here, yes, 5 barrels per day. Tanker truck liquids, 5 needed to deliver 5 barrels of crude oil per day. Current daily maintenance cost for the trucks is $100, and your fleet maintenance cost will increase by minus $100 per day. Required loading bay, tanker loading bays, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Perfect. Incredible! With the oil flowing into our headquarters and our contract set, all we have to do is wait for the money to start rolling in. You can check contract events and other upcoming events in the calendar below the date and speed. The calendar. Okay, upcoming event, crude oil in 4 days, making a sale of 1,207. And our daily burn rate is 2,500, so that's not good. We're not covering our costs here. Excuse me. So now you're selling crude oil, but our goal is still to make cassette tapes. We better get started making plastic. Understood. Damn, I've drunk my coffee. My throat's sweet before I start coughing and spluttering everywhere. So, yeah. There's quite a bit to learn, but it's not exactly too complex. Well, I mean, it's quite complex, quite detailed, and it's not particularly confusing. So far, so good. Let's see here. 2 days, we're going to get a sale of 1,200 and something odd. But we're losing 2,500 a day, so we're not exactly on the money yet. Anyway, plastic production is a little more complicated than oil extraction, so we should make sure you've got a great plan in place before we start breaking ground on a new complex. There's a really handy tool for all that, actually. It's called the Production Manual. Accessible in the top right corner of your HUD. Let's take a look at it right now. Here you can review every resource, technology, building, and complex available to you. I think you'll find it to be a great tool for planning production. How about a tour? Putting it all together. At the top, there are 4 tabs, each representing a different category of knowledge critical to running successful industrial concern. Okay. On the left, you'll see the options for your current tab. Now, don't get nervous. It's a lot of stuff, but I know you can handle it. Here's all the basic information on what is currently selected to the left. In the detail section, you'll see a couple of extra data points as well as a list. As lists of related buildings, resources, technologies, and complexes. Lots of good info over here for resource, where they're made from, found or extracted, the building inputs and outputs, the complex buildings can be constructed within, or technologies, items that are enabled when research. We've got to do research as well. Make sure that you're back on the resources page for crude oil. From there, we want to go to the entry for plastic and see what we're going to be dealing with. Okay, so that's plastic. So we've now switched to plastic over here. Made from a variety of inputs, plastics are core material of modern consumer manufacturing. You can sell this to someone you know. Storage, transport, loading facilities, international contract depot, rail contract depots. Okay, lots of good stuff. Molly, do I need all of that to make plastic, or can it be any of those 4? Wood pulp. Oh yeah, interesting. Great. Plastic is made in a few ways, but there's only one of these that we care about right now. Follow that lead by clicking on the highlighted building in the daily production section to look at what it'll take for us to make plastic in that facility. Okay, this is very in-depth production manual, definitely. Great. Plastic is made in a few ways. Looks like we'll have to start by placing a plastic production complex. We don't have the necessary technology to build one of those yet. Let's navigate to that page now. Once you're on your own, you'll be doing your own R&D, research and design, I guess that is. But I'll arrange for your technologies whilst you're working here in Spoolsville. This page is for plastic fractionation crude oil. As you can see, I've just unlocked it for you. Oh, we've researched that technology at a cost of 400 research points. Okay, where Where does it show our research points? I don't see that anywhere. Is it? Is it? No. Oh, it's up there. 2,500 research points. Okay. Okay. All right. Looks like you've got a plan. Let's leave the production manual for now. But you should check back in whenever you have a question or just want to plan your next steps. As we saw in the manual, we're going to need 10 barrels of crude oil per day to get started. We can't make that much with the current setup. We're going to have to upgrade the scale of the crude oil supply line. We should build another oil well or two. That way we can keep our contract as well. We've got to produce 15 barrels of crude oil a day. We're currently doing 5. Let's see here. Where's the build thing? Is that the build thing? Complex facilities, oil wells. What do I do? Build it on top of the square? Guess so. We'll have another one over here then, I guess. Just put it there. And then we don't have to build any roads or anything. It's already pre-done. Right, that's producing 5 barrels per day. It's also doing 5 barrels a day. I might prefer it if they all did different values per day. Plus this one's sat on top of 2 crude oil ports. So you would think you'd get a little bit more than 5 out of it. Okay, whatever. So we're currently at 10 barrels a day. Why are we only at 10? We're choosing 5 a day. All done. Right, now if you open the build menu as before, you'll notice that in addition to the hydrocarbon extraction complex, there is a plastic production complex available for our next steps. Where do we want to put that? All the way up here, huh? Build a plastic production complex in the specified location. Okay. Build an industrial storage warehouse, storage tanks, tanker loading facility, power line connector, water pipe. Okay, bloody hell, loads of stuff. Plastic fractional tower. Hey. We're going to need to connect to some power lines. There really aren't any over here. That could be a problem. There's one down here though. I think there's any up top. That's going to be awkward at best. Same with the water pipe connector. That ends here. I guess we're going to be coming up and across. That's the only way we can do it. If I put a power line connector in here. I think it goes that way. Then build a power line. Okay, that's that done. Then do the same with the water pipe, and then theoretically it's over a bit. Why can't it go there? It can go there. Right, okay, that seems to have worked. That's why it can't go up against it, because you're going to have this weird over the top pipe. Kind of funny. Get a road put in here, shall we? There you go. That's all connected now. That should be working. So now we've got to build an industrial storage warehouse. I think there would be good. Nope, can't go there for some reason. Thinking about the value of the properties that we're going to build, but I'll worry about it. We've got a highway road, tanker loading facility. We're going to work out where that's got to go. Hopefully that's set up right. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be connected to that or something here. We'll see how it goes. Storage tanks. I'm going to pop that there because I think we're going to need to expand that. And there's space next to it there for another one. So I haven't built a tanker loading facility. What have I built? An industrial loading facility. All right, let's try this again then. It's meant to be that one. Never mind. That's taking a while. Why is it taking so long? Have I done something wrong? Build a plastic fractional tower. I saw that earlier. And then go smack bang in the middle of it all. I feel like I've done something wrong here. It doesn't seem to be completing, does it? Does it just take a long time? I don't know. Start a crude oil delivery from the hydrocarbon complex to the plastic production. Right, let's try that. Crude oil. From there to there. To do 5 a day? 10. Do 10, can't we? So let's do 10. Access road connection required. Maybe that's the problem. That seems to have fixed it. Right, there we go. I don't quite know where that connection point is, to be honest. But anyway, we're up and running. No harm done. All is well. Look at you, practically in 𝗦𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗶𝗯𝗲 all on your own. Now that we have plastic, we're in touching distance from our cassette tape dreams. For that, we'll need to start a media production complex and a cassette tape factory in that complex. Looking at the production manual, it looks like that's going to take paper. And we can't make paper here. So in 𝗦𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗶𝗯𝗄, we don't have the wood processing shops to do so. So it looks like you're going to need to buy some. I'm going to let you loose again. Go ahead and find a contract to buy paper and then get started on making cassette tapes. Check back in when I can tell we're ready to launch. Right, okay. So, contracts. Negotiate a new contract. We're going to assign this dude. So we want paper. We want to buy it. Empire pay 12 pallets every 6 days. Delivered to headquarters or picked up from headquarters. December 4th, we'll hear back from them. Place a media production complex. Oh man, that's huge. Fit in that gap there? Not quite. Ah, what a shame. Would it fit there? No, not quite. Technically it could. It won't bloody fit there either. Well, the only place we can put it really is there. Let's go. Start it now. Get the ball rolling. Right, so we're going to slam it right here. Get the road sorted out. Produce 4 boxes of cassette tapes per day, and then start a contract to sell them. Okay. So it's a warehouse for selling goods. I imagine we're going to need that. It needs to be connected to that. Okay. Okay, I don't know if I need that or not. We're going to need some power, presumably. We're going to need water. Alright, I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. There are still some areas that I don't quite understand, but okay. Video game cartridges. I want to make VHS. Is it that one? Cassette tapes? Vinyl record press. Yeah, I'm a bit confused. The industrial storage warehouse. This facility stores industrial resources, items that are manufactured in factories for further use in creating other goods. I think we're going to need one of them. To bring the paper and the crude oil in, or the plastic in. It's definitely let me out on my own a little bit here, hasn't it? I've got to sort of figure out how we're going to do this. So, I'm going to need some sort of loading facility here. Blast. Blocked myself off slightly. Oh, that was my mistake last time. Try connecting it to the wrong type of road. Okay. So, I need a production thing. But I can't see VHS. Have a look. Cassette tape factory. Cassette tape production. We're going to have to research it. You have already researched this technology at the cost of 1,300. Okay. Okay. So... So that's for cassette tape production. We want VHS tape. Are they one in the same? No search bar. Oh, maybe. VHS. There's no VHS thing. Okay. So it's going to have to be that one then, isn't it? Cassette tape factory. Which is a little concerning because that doesn't necessarily make sense, but okay. Let's try that. Then we get a delivery going. So we need paper. How many a day? I don't know how many we've got coming in. And we've got 10 units of paper coming in, so we might as well just transport them. So that's paper coming in. Now we need plastic. I don't know if we have enough plastic for that, but oh, we're producing something. 4 drums of plastic, 2 pallets of paper, 4 boxes of cassette tapes. We're doing it. Last production failed due to a lack of input plastic. Okay, well that shouldn't be a problem anymore. I've just fixed that. So we're doing it. We're producing 4 boxes, so now I need a contract to sell cassettes. Cassette tapes. Sell to the Olympic production. How many boxes can we do? Start small, shall we? 16 boxes every 10 days. All right. So this is the tutorial. I'm very much hoping that the actual game will start us off with a lot less money and a lot less knowledge. I mean, the idea that you could just simply rock up and go, no, I'm just going to build an oil refinery right here. And that's interesting. There's only one flame between these two. It doesn't have a flame. What's different about it? As you work toward making cassettes, you will need to deliver plastic to your new complex. You may need to expand loading facilities in your plastics production complex to meet this objective. New contract update. I'm ready to sign. Let's go. Completed the tutorial. Congrats, you've done it. You're officially done with Frankie's tutorial training program, and I can award you the certificate of completion with all rights, honours and privileges associated therein. I always wanted to say that. There's a whole lot more out there that can trip you up. Factory fires, utility contracts, regulators. Now that you've got the basics down, I'm sure you'll be able to weather any storm. But if you'd like, I'd be happy to get into a few more things on the finer points of running a manufacturing empire. Some things I've seen other fledgling titans trip up on. Interested? Or are you ready to get out there and run your own? Either way, if you ever have a specific question that wasn't covered in this tutorial, make sure to check Frankie's tips in the top right row of buttons. I'm always happy to lend a hand. Now, I think we're ready to go. Anything else that sort of comes up, I would hope I'd be capable of circumnavigating. So that's a decent sort of eye-opening video to show the tutorial. I guess next I'm going to have to start my own company and see where we go from there. So thank you for watching. I hope the video is decent quality. And if you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up and let me know in the comment section below. That's really important. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye for now.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything?